States have seceded.
The United States Army ramps up activity.
The White House issued warnings to the Western forces as well as the Florida Alliance.
The three-term president assures the uprising will be dealt with swiftly.
Let me know if you want to try anything on.
Are you guys aware there's like a pretty huge civil war going on all across America?
We just try to stay out. With what we see on the news, seems like it's for the best.
Citizens of America.
The so-called Western forces of Texas and California
Have suffered a very great defeat at the hands of the United States military.
Mr. President, do you regret the use of airstrikes against American citizens?
We're moving to D.C. today.
We need to go down there.
They shoot journalists on sight in the Capitol. Every instinct in me says this is death.
flooded.
Every time I survived the war zone, I thought I was sending a warning home. Don't do this. But here we are.
There's some kind of misunderstanding here. What? Well, you're American, okay?
Okay. What kind of American are you?
You've landed on The Substance. I'm your host, Phil Marinello. Whether it's your first time or your 199th time, we're very happy to have you. Welcome. Here at The Substance, we're looking to have conversations that help us all better appreciate goodness, truth, and beauty. Previous guests include folks like Vinegar Syndrome's Justin LaLiberty, Derek, also known as Simi Views, ex-pastor and author Brian Recker, New York Times film critic Alyssa Wilkinson, and our pals over at Letterboxd, Slim and Mitchell. This week, we are finally back. The goal is not to have a monthly podcast. It is to have a bi-weekly show. The world's just falling apart out there, folks. We got the World Cup here in Kansas City. It's been a very busy time. But we are back, and this week, we are covering a very controversial film. It is Alex Garland's 2024 Civil War, and we'll get into it in the show. It's one I skipped upon initial release. And then when I finally got it, I was like, this is good, actually. Too bad that it feels too bad how timely it feels. But we are joined by Chell Stephen. Chell is wonderful. She's a director, a writer, producer. She's one of those indie filmmakers that has done all the jobs, TV, shorts. And she just finished her first feature that is genuinely really, really wonderful. It stars friend of the show, my pal Romina Dugo, who's been on the show previously for I Like Movies, which is genuinely modern masterpiece. Can't wait for that Blu-ray to eventually get made one day. Canadian International Pictures, Vinegar Syndrome, call me if you guys put that out. Romina connected Chell and I a while ago after that I Like Movies episode, and we've been talking here and there, and now that her feature film, which I just realized I haven't named yet, it is called Bye, with, I believe, officially on Letterboxd, there are 4 E's on Bye. It's wonderful. It is a dark comedy that really goes places. It's very much a genre movie or genre adjacent. And I don't want to say too much about it. We talk about it on the episode. Look at it on Letterboxd. But I mean, if it's playing in a festival near you, I would say grab a ticket. Try not to read too much about it before you see it. It's a wild, really fun ride. Okay, right before we get to it, a reminder, one of the best ways to support the show, other than sending it to other folks, is to just be following the show so you get updates when our new episodes come out, whether you're on Apple, Spotify, Pocket Casts, what have you. And also tell us if you want to shoot us a DM or thesubstancepod@gmail.com, Instagram DMs. Let us know where you listen to it, how you listen to it. We still have people listening on YouTube occasionally. Check those. I don't check those as often, and we do need to get on the videos, but let us know how you listen. But either way, hit that subscribe or follow button. It gives you little alerts when our new episodes come up, and it helps other people find the show. And feel free to hit that 5-star button too if you like us. I know particularly there's some aggregators that pull from all of them, but I know Apple, if you have a device, even if you don't listen to it, open up your Apple Podcast, hit the 5-star button. I know that sometimes people who are interested in working with us on various projects look at that and go, oh, wow, you guys have a lot of reviews. So every review helps on that one. Now, without further ado, here's our conversation with Chell Stephen on Alex Garland's Civil War.
Promises were made, and it's just like, what does your life look like when all the things you were promised aren't possible anymore, or something like that? Not to get too bleak, but
no, that's a wonderful question that more people should be asking themselves.
And to be honest, I'm not trying to jump us there, but I was laughing about how one of the reasons I like Civil War so much is because it's like about having a purpose at the end of the world. I'm just like, hell yeah, that sounds like a relief. It's like, it's very
she's doing her job.
And it's like an unimpeachable, like morally upright, like purpose. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like journalism is dope. Like, great. It shouldn't be controversial. Sometimes I guess it is. But like, to me, there's something so attractive about just like, having a purpose at the end of the world. And what we're all flailing about in right now is like, what's my use here?
Yeah. And it's Chell, right?
That's correct.
Yes. Is that an abbreviation? Or is that
sort of?
Okay.
I don't always tell the story because then people get it wrong. Like my government name is Michelle. When I tell people that though, then they think it's Chell. So a lot of the time I don't, and they'll be like, "Is it Chell?" And I'm like, "Yes." Like, where's that from? I'm like, Canada. It's a traditional Canadian name. There's a bunch of us out there. Or sometimes people will be like, "Is that short for Chelsea?" And I'll be like, "Sure, run with that." But
if that's what you need, yeah.
When I was little, I had an Italian babysitter across the street, and she would call me Michelli, and my family called me Chelly. And so for the longest, that's who I was at home. And then I started being called Chell by like my friends. And then eventually when I got to grad school, it was like my more, public name. And then it's just been that. And then when I got my US citizenship, I actually legally changed it to Chell here. But only half my documents have that because I'm a fucking genius. So it's like, honestly, I nailed it. Like, it's like so confusing all the time. So it's sort of my name.
There you go. Well, I mean, hey, we're getting Italian right out of the gate. I love it. So we connected a little while back because of a mutual friend of ours, friend of the show, past and future guest, Romina Dugo. I know you guys did You're My Best Friend together, but did you know each other before that? How did you guys get connected?
We did, yeah. So I just love Ro so much.
She's the best. Ro is the best.
Yeah. So I directed an episode of this Canadian TV show called Nurses, which is like Canadian Grey's Anatomy in a way. And there's 5 nurses.
Right to the point. It's like a network show. Nurses.
Exactly. And it's like, each nurse is going to have their case for the episode or whatever. So that guest star per episode is going to be really important as far as like coming out and killing it. There's never enough time in TV. And it's like, cool, we've already covered 1 and 2 on the call sheet. And here you are, you got 1 take. Love you. Anyway, cast Romina in that. And she killed it. And that's where we met. She played a very pregnant lady who's having birth, she's adopted, so she doesn't have any blood family. So like this birth going a certain way is very important to her. And it was pre-vax COVID that we shot. So I auditioned her through Zoom in front of my boss, which I'd never done before. And anyway, she was just incredible. And we became good buds right away. So then I wrote You're My Best Friend for her. And then
you wrote that for her. I love that.
Yeah, her name was Romina in the script. Like, yeah. I was like, well, easy.
No, you guys because I connected with her after I saw I Like Movies, and I just like tweeted about it, and I tagged all the people involved, and she responded, and we chatted and hit it off. She is lovely and wonderful, and had her on the show to talk I Like Movies, and been kind of like DMing and chatting and friends ever since, it felt like.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly, all the time, I'm like, I'm so honored to be able to work with her because I just feel like it's not going to be long until I can't get her anymore because I just think she's that fucking good. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, everybody should know about her.
This year.
It's so good to hear. We love anybody being busy, but especially the friends. Good people. Good. Yeah, she's dope.
And I'm pretty sure, I was looking for it now. I couldn't bring it up right now. I'm pretty sure when I looked up your first log on Letterboxd of Civil War, it was either right after, before the first time you watched I Like Movies, or the first time you logged it,
Oh,
like
funny.
in 2024 or 2025 early.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, no, that is a fun twist. When did I see? Oh yeah, because they played it in Glendale. It played like at the Lemley. I can never say that place right, but that must have been then. And I definitely saw Civil War like at 11 a.m. on the Friday it came out.
Nice.
I saw it in theaters twice. This was my third time watching for this, and I just like right away I was like, oh yeah, this is for me. Like I'm at the Alamo, 11 a.m. My favorite.
So yeah, let's get right into it. I always like to give guests when I know I want to have them on, like just like here's a bunch of stuff, or like you give me options, and you right away were like Civil War, like that was like one of your top 3 picks. And this is only a 2024 movie. We also very recently covered Danny Boyle's 28 Years Later, another recent movie. We don't often seek to cover like the newest movies on the show. Not that we only do old stuff, but like we're not like chasing trends and always trying to ride the waves of the new conversations. But I thought it was interesting that 2024, actually 2 Alex Garlands as well. What is it about Civil War that initially like stuck with you?
I just think it's so it's a very efficient film, and I really appreciate that. Like it's like the opening is so clean. It's like, here's the deal. Got it? Great. We get, I just really respect that as a writer. I love Alex Garland as a filmmaker. Like I feel like he's like Steven Soderbergh-esque in a way of like he does all kinds of different things. Like it's like he can't be pigeonholed. And I really like, I just feel like I'm in good hands when I go into a film of his, and I can just like, I don't know, I love Kirsten Dunst, I love Wagner Moura, like
Wagner Moura robbed in 2024. Like I was very happy to see Michael B. Jordan win. But I was like, another Wagner Moura loss. Like this guy's going to get at some point. He is incredible. And Civil War is really what put him on my radar.
Hey, he's so good. He's one of those actors who really disappears into the roles. So I feel like a lot of the time I see him, I'll be like, oh, I'm introduced. And then I'm like, oh no, I've seen him. Like, I think I saw him as in Narcos, where he played like El Chapo or something like that. Whatever, right? Like, sorry, I'm going to sound like an
I
idiot for
believe
this, but
he's in that show.
he's like the guy, like the big bad.
Television watching is, I'm behind on so many things.
That was the first thing I saw him in, because like Pedro Pascal's in that as well. Anyway, like heavy hits, but no, he's so incredible. And I don't know, honestly, I think about End Times a lot, and I felt like when I saw the trailer for Civil War, I was like, that's where I'm at, dog. You know what I mean? That's exactly what I'm trying to be looking at, because it's where my brain is anyway. And I guess, like a friend of mine wanted to see it again, or he hadn't seen it. And I was like, I'll go again. That's why I saw it twice in the theaters. So I don't know. I didn't hesitate when I saw it on your list, because I was just like, oh, it's been like a year and a half. I'm due.
It seems, I'm kind of sad that I didn't see it in the theater. I wasn't overly wary of like the trauma of everything going, not necessarily that, but like the whole dialogue and discussion around it kind of bummed me out.
Totally.
So, and I've got 2 youngish kids, so I have to pick and choose the movies I see.
Sure.
And like that looks like a much more of a full meal. Like that looks like, and I love putting in work as a viewer, but I was like, I don't know if I'm ready for that. So
I think a lot of people felt that way, or they were like, oh, it's going to be like the debate about it being like too political. And I was like, it's very much not political.
Or not political enough. The people are saying, it's like, if you can watch that movie and not take a political inferences from it, like that's kind of wild. You're a terrible movie viewer. You need to work on that media literacy.
To me, it's like the main takeaway, though. It's like it's not preaching one side or another, really, because he's intentionally very like unclear about it. Although like it is clear, but it's like, it's vague enough, like it's open to interpretation enough, and it's not outward saying. He's not like,
well, it's not partisan, but it's about principles. But in a time where like some partisan affiliations mean that you have no principles, like I know some people getting there. Like I get why certain people didn't like it, but also some of the things that the movie's critiquing are not, maybe as we've seen bear out, maybe not necessarily the biggest patrons of the arts, but it was an interesting thing. So I just missed it. And I remember I caught up with it early 2025 was my first viewing. And I remember I said something like, Pros, I waited till after the discourse was over, had a great time watching it. Like, this is a very good movie. Cons, the time I watched it was in the year 2025. So we'll see how this all goes. And watching it in 2025 was an ordeal. And watching it in 2026, man, just 1 year,
Yeah.
it felt a lot more urgent.
He does really great stuff with like, and I happen to really appreciate this. Maybe it feels too on the nose to some people, but it's like he kind of says, he'll have a character say what it is like we're meant to be feeling as well. So it's like when, Lee is like, when I was overseas, photographing wars, it was to like show you don't do this here. And it's sort of like, that's what the film is also. It's like, hey, don't do this here. Like it's like, I don't know. And then like the same when Jesse's character in the beginning is kind of like, oh, like, would you take that photograph of me? And then that parallel comes up again later. It's like,
I think that was the quote I used in my Letterboxd review. I often will pull quotes that I find like sum up the movie. But yeah, when and we should say so briefly, the movie is about Kirsten Dunst plays veteran photographer Lee, Wagner Moura, veteran photographer Joel. They take Kaylee Spaney, character of Jesse, like kind of under their wing, along with I love Stephen McKinley Henderson. He's always great. Kind of go on a road trip to DC to document the fall of the regime. And it's another kind of, so we were talking 1 or 2 episodes back, probably, is that 28 Years Later episode on our feed. And I was surprised at how that movie, did you see that one?
Mm-mm. I started it. I took my cat to the drive-in, believe it. And she was like, I hate it. And I was like, we're leaving. So we saw the beginning of it.
It's a phenomenal movie, but I was also not expecting a coming of age story. And then watching them back to back for the show, I was like, this is a bit of a coming of age story as well. It's just, I found that very interesting. Kaylee
It's funny
Spaney's
that you
Jesse,
said that because it's like a road movie too. Like there's
Yeah.
all these different genres, and it's managing to be a lot of them at once. Into the World movie.
Yeah, she's growing up. It's a road movie. It's a work movie. Like they're doing a job, and it's very. I'm sure if you're, and I don't know how accurate it is. It felt like little things were pretty accurate. Like I feel like if you're a journalist or photographer, there are probably little things that you appreciate that maybe somebody who's not overly familiar with that industry might. But yeah, it just felt like a very full movie. It's literally like a road trip to a destination and through the heart of America, going through some stuff. Which I'm in 2024. That was before the current 2.0 regime. So maybe some people just didn't want to think about that. And then now we're living in the wake of maybe not enough people thinking about how to prevent things like this.
Right.
So it hits kind of hard. And I can see why some people would be like, maybe I'll listen to the episode, but I don't know if I want to see that movie. Like I totally understand if people feel averse to it, but I thought it was very worth watching.
I think so too. Like a good friend of mine said that. I told her I was watching this on Sunday to talk about this with you, and she was like, "Man, I didn't think I was like emotionally ready to see that movie." And I'm like, "Do it, man!" Like I think and I totally get that. I did the same with Hamnet this year. I was just like, "When will I be ready?"
I'm waiting on that as well.
But I don't think that this movie is really like, just because they're so embedded with the journalistic side of it, it doesn't feel to me like there's a way you could do the Civil War movie that is like very different, right? There's a movie called Civil War, and it's like, like you're saying, this was under a different administration, yet Civil War itself within the greater masses still felt like it was looming, right? So it's like, we're at North versus South or whatever the friggin'. I also think it's really interesting that Texas and California are combined in this. It's like, hey, nice.
A lot of like post-apocalyptic or dystopian fiction does that. That's a very interesting thing.
And I mean, it makes sense because it's like, who else has the numbers, right? Like, I feel like that's kind of why, but it's like these states, could you think of a more in your head, like huge red and huge blue? We know they're all purple, but like nonetheless, like in your mind, you might think of those two states as being like very polar opposites. So I just thought it was kind of cute that they're together for this.
I'm trying to rack my brain to see if this is right. I don't know if this is one you're familiar with. Earlier this year, we also covered Southland Tales.
Okay.
I feel like they maybe did that as well. That is an insane movie. That is phenomenal.
Southland Tales. No, it was making me think of the Benjamin, like dude from the OC show, Southland. Different thing.
No, Southland Tales. It's an insane. It's very hard to describe. It's kind of like Megalopolis-esque.
Okay.
In a dystopia. Not actually, but like that type of big swing.
Did you see Megadoc?
No, but it's on my watch list on the Criterion channel.
It was good. I saw that one in the theater too. Loved it.
I really hope we get a release with both of those together.
Yes. I didn't see Megalopolis, but the Megadoc entry point was good for me. It's just amazing how, like, no matter where you are in the totem pole or your career, it's like the problems are still basically the same.
So with Southland Tales, what are some either performances or scenes or aspects as a filmmaker? What were some of the things that stuck out the most to you from initial watches to your rewatch here?
For Civil War. Yeah.
Yes, Civil War.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, yeah, a lot of those, the neatness, the efficiency, and one of the things that I appreciate is that he's very loyal to the people he works with. Like you get to see like people from devs like Nick Offerman and Sammy
Devs
McCarr.
underrated. I don't want to go on a devs tangent. Devs is very good. I don't always get to watch as much TV as I would like because instead of 2 hours, it's like a 12-hour. But Devs is short. It's only like maybe 6 or 8 episodes. Devs is very good. And for the type of series it was, I didn't think it was like perfect or whatever, but they landed the plane on a time movie. I feel like with the types of things they were messing with, I felt like the conclusion was much better than maybe many other storytellers would have with that.
I can't even remember the ending. Like that was so firmly in COVID times.
It was.
Or when I watched it, that I'm just like, oh, I don't even know. It was a blurry couple of months, very confusing stuff. But no, like the lead male in that, and she's like, and both the leads in that, are in this. And like when he's one of the sniper guys.
Oh, okay. It's been quite a while since I've seen Devs, and I only really remember like two or three people.
The woman lead in that one is one of the journalists. She's with Jefferson White. She's got the glasses on.
Oh, that was her, wasn't it?
Yeah, and so she's also from Ex Machina. And it's like, and then the snipers when they're at the like Christmas kind of area, he's her partner in Devs, and Nick Offerman's in that as well. And anyway, I really respect that and appreciate that he's like, okay, the homies will still get on this.
Troop.
Yes. And like, I don't know, like I said, I just think there's something kind of like satisfying about, I personally don't think that journalism like should be a politicized topic. I guess we live in a world where that isn't maybe true. To me, I'm like, this is like incredible, important work. I wish that I had decided to be a journalist. Like I wish I could be more useful in my life and my career, to be perfectly honest. That's what it makes me think of while I'm watching it. The choices filmmaking wise are interesting, and I'm not sure I even necessarily understand them, but I like I was thinking about when they're getting into the White House. And it's such a super wide shot as they're getting in. And it's like, sure, of course, that I can understand wanting to see that scope and scale. I'm like, that's a big part of it. But so much of my instinct as a filmmaker is to kind of like really bring you exactly where the protagonist is. And I was watching it. I was like, it's so funny. I would have been tight there. Like I would have wanted to be like really tight on them and then go wide. But like he kept them entering wide. And it's like, I don't know. Obviously it's not like it's all in wide shots or something like that. Like there's certainly periods throughout it where it's, more intimate feeling. And maybe that's what it is that he's choosing to really like have those moments be, they have more impact if you do it less frequently, kind of a thing.
I agree. And I also think it's interesting, and this isn't a rock solid concrete take or a read on it, but I think there's something to, and it happens many times in the movie, like not specifically with the White House scene, but the whole like banality of evil. Like these big things happen and they're huge and momentous and breaking of norms, but they're also just things that happen. Like showing the president having destroyed a whole nation and only having a few hyper loyal people with weapons being the only thing between him and the actual military, like in this fictional reality, things have gotten so bad that the military is like, we're not taking this anymore. We need to get things back to normal. That would be a
We
cool thing
love.
to happen. But in this fictional reality, like the president is holed up, and they just kind of show it as like, that is an insane thing. But showing it kind of at a distance as just like, yeah, but also like, that is crazy, but that's also maybe just a thing that could happen, guys, perhaps, maybe.
Right.
And showing it kind of emotionless in some points, like they're like when they're dumping the bodies when they meet Jesse Plemons' character, stuff like that is just kind of shown. It is not
Totally.
like like overly dramatized. It's just kind of shown, and I feel like that has its own kind of like unsettling power.
Totally. And it has these like banality of just like regular life moments too that help you connect it with right now. Like, you know, she's like, oh, this Wi-Fi keeps fading in the hotel, right? And you're like, it's so real. You know, and that's
the elevator's like, hey, I don't know if I'd recommend the elevator. It might break. She's like, oh, I'm on the 10th floor. He's like, well, don't know what to tell you.
And it's like humans are going to human no matter what. Like people are still going to like try to drink and commune, and you know, so it's like those juxtaposition of those things together. Like she's like, oh, my Wi-Fi isn't working, and he's like, I'm smoking in this hotel. It's like, okay, better together. Like that's where we're at. And again, that's what I mean by the efficiency of just like really kind of setting the world up really quickly and beautifully at the top. I was so amazed and still am by like the choreography. Like I was like, oh man, journalists are basically soldiers. Like they have to know almost as much as far as like the dance, you know, or better yet at the end, not. And that's
totally
disastrous. But like, I don't know, in that scene where they're like at the, what is it? Looks like a school or something like that. When there's like the paintball and when they're in that first big battle with the De La Soul.
Which the sound design, I imagine in the theater, because whatever scene preceded that was, I feel like it was like maybe a nice bonding moment between Lee and Jesse. And then
it's like quiet
like,
in the
boom, you're in a firefight. And I was listening with my Beats headphones on, and it was crazy.
Yeah. I mean, the needle drop there is like insane. Anyway, it's so unexpected and so amazing. But like seeing them, the journalists like embed them with them and then look out for them and keep pulling them back and stuff. I was like, oh, cool. Like I didn't really realize how enmeshed those, you know, departments sort of can be, if you will. I mean, I guess we saw it somewhat in like Generation Kill maybe, but like.
That was a great one.
Yeah. I don't know. These are worlds that I've never been in. And I guess that's sort of what you want out of a movie. Like this is an experience that I've never had my boots on those grounds, to use a phrase that's being overused right now. So like, it's a treat to kind of get to experience it and to, yeah, I don't know, like that those soldiers are enough to like, they're going to protect these people because they respect journalism enough to know that these guys have to be with. Right? Like,
yeah. I mean, I think that like that sort of stuff is one of the things where I was like, whatever you think of Alex Garland, like he is like a high quality artist that we have. And I know he got burnt out. I think he read too many of his own reviews and got depressed and this and that. But I mean, I think not everything lands perfectly. I do stick up a bit for Men. I think that
I loved Men.
Somehow,
I really missed that movie.
It's a head scratcher. We talked about this on the 28 Years Later episode as well. It's kind of crazy to me how, with all respect, I feel like so many people misread it. And I don't feel like it was a terribly complex movie at all. Like the whole like showing something isn't advocating for something. I feel like that's a very, very basic premise of art. And
right.
It's
not being shown in a positive light at all. So like,
yeah,
it doesn't make sense that it was taken that way.
What the general critical cinephile community consensus is on Men in 20 years. Either way, it's a very strong movie. Anyway, yeah, I think that sort of stuff, like I've never gone deep on that world. Generation Kill is incredible. And that was people who did those things worked heavily on that. And I'm pretty sure some of the consultants on this, like Alex Garland did his homework. Yeah. But yeah, it felt very real. And I think, and to kind of encourage you, I think good artists like have so much value, whatever it is that they are. So art is just as valuable as journalism, because we got a lot of journalism. We got a lot of facts out there that aren't really changing people's minds. I think art can do that as well.
Spoonful of sugar, help the medicine go down vibes.
Yeah.
If you will. Yeah. I went on I saw men on a date, and the dude,
At what stage of the relationship was that?
it was like our second or third date or something like this.
Cool.
And he was laughing because everybody at his work, he told them that, and they were like, "What are you doing, dog?" They were like, "Why are you going to?" And which I was like, "Don't worry," like, and that's what he told them. He's like, "She's a filmmaker, she can hang, like, it's fine, it's fine." And like, truly, I loved it. I wasn't like, "Oh, this is a." Oh no, I never knew men were like this. Like, God,
Wait, there's a problem with men?
Hang on. Yeah. Like, I've been in this body for my whole time. Like, I know the vibes. This is nothing about it was shocking to me, except like how many times he was able to do that. Like,
the finale
birthing
was
iteration.
crazy.
Yeah. That's the only part where I was like, wow, that was shocking. But anyway, I thought that movie was amazing. But it was funny. It was a funny choice for a date, I think.
We don't need to go point by point through the movie, but one of the scenes in this movie that I think about a lot and have thought about since, and on the rewatch here, it was just as strong, and I kind of remembered it more fully. Like, I'm able to have it more fully in my head, is where they stop into the town about halfway through, and Joel says, "Man, like, it feels like we're in the Twilight Zone." They just stop in this little off the highway town to get some gas. Well, the gas scene, like, specifically was earlier, but they just stop for a rest, pick up some supplies, and like, there's this town that at first feels completely unbothered and disconnected from all the images of brutality and violence. Like, the movie opens with like Lee protecting Jesse after she got like hit by a baton and like pushing her behind cover, like as a suicide bomber blows up a tankard and kills a ton of protesters
in Brooklyn. Yeah.
Cops
like with like iconic
in the street. And then there's the gas station scene, which maybe we can talk about. That as a Canadian, did you get a chuckle at the 300 Canadian? Like, your guys' currency still doing well?
Coming out on top for once. Like, it's Canadian
dollars. All of America is good for the Canadian dollar. So there's something. But when they stop in that town, and there's the young gal just at the counter, just working at a little boutique, going, like we know there's some stuff going on out there. We just kind of stay out of it.
Yeah.
And just the disbelief from Lee and Joel and Jesse, who have been through hell, have seen people die, and they're just like, "You're gonna stay out of it? Like, we can't talk to this person." Okay. Like, and I felt like that was so resonant, and man, even now it feels more.
I didn't know how to feel about it, like, then or now, to be honest, because like, obviously the bookend of the scene is sort of, they're like, it's so normal here, and then Sammy's like, well, there's snipers on the roof, and then you're like, okay, like, it's not normal. And it's like, so,
which I think is very good writing, because you can't, like, when the world is falling apart, like, the price you pay to like be ignorant is to like be okay with authoritarianism. Like, they are literally being policed by people with snipers all over the town, and they're just like, that's the price they're paying for like their feeling disconnected. Like, Lee, Joel, Jesse, Sammy, like, they're all like, they meet different outcomes, and it's rugged. But she says, like, I've never felt more alive. Like, they're living their life trying to do good in the world as much as they can while they have it. And then some people are just like, like, we'll hang out in the town, like, run by snipers where we can't really do anything.
Right. And they discuss like that their, respective parents are like on farms pretending this isn't happening, as like sort of the early plant of that seed. And so, it's definitely interesting to note, and tracks as far as the US, because like, whenever you see, overthrowing stuff in the, Europe or Asia or whatever, it's like, we're huge. You can't get us all together. Like, that's why it's impossible. It's like geographically just way too fucking large to do something like they'll pull off in Nepal or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, in Colorado and Missouri, they can fully just be on their farms. They can do that and pretend. Whereas like, in other countries, when shit like that goes down, you don't have the option of pretending just because it's geographically different. That was an important point for sure. But to your point, like the banality of, whatever regular life, back to the gas station scene, it's interesting to me that, it's always at the end of the world, whether it's zombies, whether it's climate apocalypse, like whichever flavor it is you're going with, it's always the humans that you're afraid of. right? It's like how
Oh
they're
yeah.
acting up in response to it. And the gas station scene is like a really good example of that, I feel like. Like it's like what that
So much
fear and that
tension.
resource lack or whatever will turn people into is truly what to be afraid of. But I love that guy. I just had to been looking up Edmund Donovan, who plays the one who goes over with her to like the car wash. I'm like, this guy's
They're keeping the looters.
incredible.
Oof.
I love him so much. I'm dying to put him in something. I just like, in fact, honestly, I remember looking at him when I was writing by this same year, and I was like, he's
Nice.
perfect for Ryland. Actually, we ended up
Nice.
like it's all very Canadian, so like he wasn't really an option for me, but he is certainly a reference I had in my head as far as like, you know, it's my toxic trait. It is my type. I'll be honest, but like,
Chell's DMs are open, I guess. Shoot your shot.
But no, he's so good in that moment. And
He was and there's so much tension in the not knowing. She's like, okay, this guy's got to look. He's there with this other guy who's trying to like exploit these people. He's following her with a gun. Like that's tension just in and of itself.
totally,
But he's
no matter
taking
the
her
word.
to a big old group of bodies strung up. You think they're dead, but then he's poking and prodding them, and he's like, they're still alive. Like he's torturing these people, and then he's like torturing Jesse, basically like, hey, like if you tell me, I'll put him out of his misery. Would you like me to? And just kind of messing with her in this like terrible way.
It's like I think I obviously can't speak for the man himself, but to me, like what Alex Garland is doing there is like that's the first moment where Lee's like, all right, I do have to teach this bitch some stuff. You know what I mean? Like, and I will. Like she's been resistant to that point. She's just like, this is so annoying. I don't make me have to be the teacher. I'm still dealing with enough as is. And in that moment, she's like, you know, a get out of jail free card. Ask him to take his photo. They always are. Ultimately, a human is going to want to be shown. Ask him to take the photo, and then that's
he's proud of this.
Exactly. And you can kind of like, you know, switch up the power dynamic, break the tension a little bit, whatever it is. And it's like, oh, what an ace that she's like shown her to have as a photojournalist. So that really, 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 really cool. And again, illustrative, I guess, just to the whole scene, of the world, you know, where it's like, should we stop for gas here? It's fucked up. Hey, you got to stop and fill wherever you are. These are the things I think about when you're worrying about end times. I'm like, oh man, I'm sure I'm bad at siphoning. Like I need to be practicing. I know.
We got to find our tribe with enough people with varying skills.
Dude, I'm just hoping I have enough to get in the bunker for sure. I'm like, does anyone need I'm the documentarian in a lot of cases. Like in my, you know, I'm the archivist. I have all the photos of my friends for years and years.
Be the storyteller.
Like, but it's like, does that get you in the bunker? I don't know.
You mentioned earlier, how about also that scene? Because I mean, there's little vignettes because it's a road movie. The scene on the little farm, like with all the Christmas decorations. I think that is kind of like a microcosm of the folks who got really mad at the movie because they were like, oh, like it doesn't have a point of view. And that scene kind of, the hearts of these conflicts are often very simple, but then the fallout of these conflicts are very nonsensical and bizarre and kind of resistant to reason.
Totally.
So we have our journalists, our whole slew, other than Sammy, because he's old and he's big. He just hangs out in the car. Everybody else jumps out, gets to cover, and Joel starts to interview in as chill of a way as he can these two guys who are like set up with a scope and the sniper. He's got a spotter there, and he's like, okay, like who's giving you orders? Like what? And he's like, man, nobody's giving us orders. And like these guys have fatigues, they're all geared out. And he's like, oh, okay, like what's your objective or whatever? He's like, well, there's a guy in there and he's trying to kill us, and we're out here and we're trying to kill him. And like it's almost
what
set
side
as
are you
joke.
on? It's like there's no sides, dog. We're literally just vibing.
It's
like nobody knows. Everybody's all turned around.
Like, we're trying to survive. And he's like, no, but like, and Joel is trying to put reason and like, he's trying to file it. And the guy's like, you don't understand. I actually don't. And he asks Jesse, well, what's going on? And she's like, well, this guy trying to kill you and you're trying to survive. She's like, she gets it. Like, and that's what it comes down to. All because like that's authoritarianism is so small and small-minded and like silly and foolish, but like all of this, all of like the devastation that it wreaks around it, like that's a psychotic, ridiculous thing, and it's almost funny, but
Right.
like these are deathly stakes. These people are
Right.
trying to kill each other. Why? They don't know. They
I
don't even
mean,
know who it is.
It
They could
is.
actually be friends. Like they could actually not even have beef with each other. They're just,
They probably don't.
because of the environment. Yeah, they
Yeah.
almost certainly don't, because they're like, we're not a unit. That's not an objective. Like we're just trying to survive.
But exactly, that's the whole thing where it's like you can't trust another human. It's like, oh, if we could get together and pool resources, this would probably be good, but you can't get close enough to even have that conversation because everybody's so like afraid. And it is funny. Like it is objectively, I feel like a little one of the moments in it where you like that gets laughs, like that back and forth, like
Oh
whatever.
yeah, and you need the levity, but then like
Yeah.
when you consider it, you're like, no, geez.
No, but you're totally right. It is just like a small microcosm of just like losing the plot, which is so easy to happen in any conflicts, right? Where it's like, we got into this. Why? I don't really remember anymore, but here we are. So, like,
We gotta kill these guys.
Which followers? Yeah, exactly. And like, I don't know, the eerie like Christmas music and everything too. Like, there's just like a lot of really nice touches there that can tie it to like regular life in enough of a way, and then also the absurdity of it all. I don't know. I didn't totally cry as much as I usually do during the like burning woods Sturgill Simpson scene. Which I
Okay,
sobbed to the first 2 times.
same.
Maybe I'm broken now.
No, the first time that really, really got me.
Yeah, I mean, that song will break me anyway, to be honest, but it's so beautiful, but it's like, man, I don't know. He's just saying a lot with I grew up doing music videos, like that's where I got my start, and there's like I think
Okay.
something about that in there that I'm like that appeals to me too, where I'm just like, yeah, this is just it's a moment of like respite, but it's so charged as well, but it's like after
Well, and it
immediately
comes
the
after
Jesse
like
Plemons
the
scene.
tonal roller coaster of this movie, which is why if my local theaters ever played again, I will try to see it in a theater. What precedes, spoilers, ultimately Sammy's demise, the scene that like the first part of that series of events, they're on the road driving and then they see somebody in their rear view mirror, and like it is tense.
Totally.
And Sammy's trying to like guide Lee through it. She's like, okay, like don't look at them, get out of their way. And it's tense for a minute or two before we know what the vehicle's deal is. And then when the vehicle pulls up, it's other journalists. It's like, oh, ha ha ha, like a little bit of a deflation. And then there's the switching of the cars of Joel's buddy, and Jesse goes to the other car, Joel's buddy, like through the windows, like as they're going like 70 miles an hour, they're jumping through windows into the other car. And that's kind of like a fun, adventurous thing. And then the car that Jesse jumped into disappears, and you're like, oh God, like what's going on? And then the army car runs them off the road, and then they run in Jesse Plemons, that was probably, I think, the strongest piece of marketing. I almost wish that wasn't out there, but it's so undeniably strong. Like that whole, what kind of American are you? Deadpan
Honestly,
stare,
even
like with his
including the
hand on a
beard
gun.
scratch.
Yeah.
Which American are you?
He's
Like
got
the
these
beard
like
scratch.
crazy, like novelty, like
hell
red
yeah.
glasses on. Like
Yeah.
it's very Apocalypse Now. Like this guy's off the reservation. Like he may have been like a military guy at some point, but this guy is nuts. And
Yeah.
just his like stone
can't-
cold.
It's very unclear what answer he wants, right? And that's where you're with them in their shoes, where he's like, you're like, I just want to say the right thing, but honestly 50-50. Like which side is this guy on?
Well,
We
and
don't
Joel
know.
kind of does
side.
that a little bit. Like he
Yeah.
tries to do a joke, and then
Florida?
he's like,
yeah.
he's like that. Or no, he's like, where are you going? He's like, oh, hiking. And he's like, oh, I actually know. Like we're gonna go cover this thing, and
But he hedges it too, even. He's like, oh, feel good story. Like it's like close. Yeah. I love that how you see like that side of the work come out there, where it's like, oh, he's like
de-escalation.
he's a talker, right? And it's like everything's sales kind of in a way. He's just like,
Sure.
just connect people where they at. And you know what was something cool I didn't notice the first 2 times I saw it is that Tony, the friend who swaps cars with them, and he's in the beginning in the Brooklyn like scene.
Oh, at
He's
the
there
hotel?
covering that. Well, he's definitely at the hotel, but he's on the street with
Oh,
them.
on the street. Okay.
Yeah. And he's just like in the background kind of like he's not featured Same with Jefferson White, who plays the like more army videographer guy who's like who's
see at the
embedded with
end.
them. Yeah, exactly. He's in that too. And I was like, oh shit, this is what he's doing. He's just really planting those seeds. But
Rewatch value.
but no, that when in the Clemens scene when like they're far away and you know the truck goes like this and the bodies roll down, it's like that shit is gnarly.
Yeah, and Sammy's like, yeah, they don't want anybody documenting what they're doing. And you know that at that point, as a viewer, even if it's your first time, you know not everybody in this party is walking away from this.
Yeah.
And they like not everybody's gonna walk away, and they all want to protect Jesse. So
Yeah.
it's like, oh gosh.
Yeah. When they're like, where are you from? And she like is so scared she can't even get it out. And we're all like, Missouri, bitch, say it. You're like, but that's, you know, you're really with her as far as like how scary that must feel to not be able to verbalize it. And coming off this time where you're like, could we just have a little fun? Like the switching in the cars is kind of like, can we have a moment? And also feels kind of like her, you know, like you said, it's a coming of age movie and her being like, okay, like I can take risks. And part of why I got into this apparently is because I do like to do that, right? Like you wouldn't not. And then everything just to go so horribly wrong. It feels again like an example of just like a microcosm of the whole thing. You know, it's like you don't know what's leading to what. And then in retrospect, it's like that silly thing. And now these guys are dead.
Well, and in the moment of relief, it also ratchets up the like moral and humanity tension of it, because when Jesse says she's from Missouri, Jesse Plemons' character, I don't remember his name, he likes it and she's oh, like a real American.
Right.
And like you're like, okay, Jesse's safe, but also this is a bad dude who is unstable.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, like you're one of like he looks at Wagner Moore and is like, what, like South American? Like what kind? Because he's Hispanic coded, and Kaylee Spaney is this cute little white girl, and he's like, oh, Missouri, like you're good. And we're like, okay, whew, like awesome, Jesse's good, but then also this is not a good situation that any of these people are in right now.
Yeah. When do you think, big spoilers obviously throughout this, but when does Sammy get shot exactly? Like when they're driving away, right?
Yeah,
like,
I think so. Sammy runs over Jesse Plemons' character, and I think the other guy who was like running the truck that was dumping the bodies gets out, grabs his gun, and just like takes a couple of pot shots at the press SUV as it's going away.
Yeah. I definitely didn't balk it at all the first two times, but this last one I was like, pretty lucky shot, my guy. Like it's like getting through the car and everything to get to him. Sorry. Yeah. I hate when logic police come for me in the movie, and it didn't the first two couple times.
Because he got a couple of good shots. I was actually surprised that like it didn't bust out more windows, or I was like, did Joel get shot here too? Because like he got a couple of good shots. He did take a couple of shots when the SUV was far away, but he got a couple of good ones close. And I think Sammy just like steeled himself and just drove as far as he could before he had to switch out.
Yeah. And then after that, when Lee and Jesse have their little moment like on the water, again, I feel like it's a moment where, you know, like Lee tells us how to feel about her death later, which
God, what a scene. That kind of really like, got me this time.
There's a lot of ways that could have been worse for him, you know? And it's like sort of like, yeah, it's going to happen. Like we're looking for the least bad option as far as like dying in conflict.
Like Jesse is processing so many things, and she almost feels like a little bit of imposter syndrome. She's like, I didn't know Sammy like you guys did. And Lee's like, no, like that guy you knew for a couple of days, like that was Sammy. That's exactly who he was. She's like, your grief is valid. And then also she's like, this is going to be a jacked up thing to say, but like in what we do, he wasn't going to quit. This could have gone way, way worse for him. As kind of like a comfort. Like, no, yeah, he could have been tortured or blown up or
car with your friends. Pretty good.
Getting to save somebody. Getting to save everybody, really.
Okay, wait. Hot take about the ending, though. Can we jump to the ending?
Sure.
What if Lee didn't die? I don't think she died.
Okay.
They have said, I mean, Kirsten Dunst has said, like, when filming it, they're like, when she dies, whatever. But it's like, she's in a vest. It's not a headshot.
Sure.
Where'd she get shot? We don't go back to her. I didn't see any blood.
Sure.
Just saying. I think she's alive when we get her after. So happy ending. Yay.
There you go. I also loved, we talked about the filmmaking. it happened a few times very powerfully, but at the end, it happens a lot where action is happening. It's super kinetic, it's super chaotic, and then we're following particularly um, Lee somewhat, but really Jesse's camera because this is mainly Jesse's story. And moments like the action will freeze for about half a second to a second, where it'll be like a black and white image that she has captured. And there's so many powerful ones. And then when Lee gets shot protecting her, that was just so effective.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was definitely thinking about the way that they integrated the photos as a motif throughout it. And there's like a way to have done it that would have been way cornier, like, and like, I appreciate that Lee does use her zoom lens as like sort of a view, like, a spy cam, a viewfinder at
Yes,
times.
totally.
And you see it really only in that Christmas section, I think, where it kind of has like an aesthetic of just like handheld. But I love how they just cut to the picture instead of being like a POV before. Like that's sort of a way to do it. It would have been a really easy choice to make, but I
Like
think
when the guy gets out of the vehicle on fire, like that one was nuts.
oh my God. Yeah, no, it's incredible. But like just the way that they chose to kind of break up, like start with the photo and then back to them, as opposed to seeing the POV and then capturing the photo. Like it's
So
like we've
good.
all seen that. I really appreciated that. And
there was so much humanity at the end too in the White House. There were a lot of faces. She was getting the faces of the team who was taking care of the last detail there.
yeah. Okay, wait. Tell me this. What did you think about like when Lee is like losing it, when she's freaking out? Like, what's up with that?
That's a really good question. It felt genuine. I mean, who knows what happened before the events of this film? I mean, we know a lot has happened, but losing Sammy, being worried about Jesse,
Yeah.
them being moments. Well, because she's also the one who locks in and she's like, the president's not over there. Like, we got to go get it.
Right.
We got to go get the shot.
She finally comes out of it. But like, as he's like dragging her along, and it's like, I think it's such an important moment to include because like fucking obviously that's a very valid response to everything you're surrounded with.
I think it's the overwhelm.
It was making me wonder, like, it's like, yeah, exactly what was it in this case that made it all too much? And like made me tie in my head back to like almost the bathtub moment at the top where she's kind of like, the subtext is sort of like, am I done? Am I ready to like hang up my hat? Like, have I, and with the conversation with Sammy of just like, okay, when do you know if you're done? When are you like, have you seen enough? Are you still useful? When do you have to get out of the way for the Jesse or something like that? It's kind of a very, not very overtly stated, but
totally
theme in there. And like, it's real BTS footage at the, or real news footage at the beginning, I think, right? Intercut with.
It is, which again, it hit in 2025. It really hit in 2026, man.
Yeah.
Like really, with Nick Offerman is so good. And let's talk about Nick Offerman. His like stuttery, like as he's getting his like BS rah-rah speech practice, like it's so good. And I think Nick Offerman, obviously there's the relationship from Devs, but I think that what Nick Offerman brings to that role, I think he's perfect because like he got famous, like we all love him as Ron Swanson. And it's so interesting, like how so many people seem to misunderstand that character and his portrayal of it. Like the whole like freedom loving guy, like I think that like his persona is glommed onto by people that he's even said, like, because he's written books and done speaking tours and stuff like about not just politics, but like humanity and like what we owe to each other and things like that. And having him portray, like with all that Ron Swanson baggage, I think that he folds right into that, but he really truly understands the power of like the way a lot of those folks have been misled by like the dumbest, most corrupt guy. And he did that very well. Like, it's not like a genius, evil genius. He's like a dumb, stuttering narcissist who somehow has brought the country to its knees.
He offered more thoughtfulness to that like opening moment speech though than I would give credit to Trump for doing,
Oh,
like
yeah.
Trump like
Sure,
didn't know, zero
sure.
thoughts, only vibes. Whereas like he's like, should I say it like this? Should I say it like this? It's like that's not occurring in real
Sure.
life, So I thought that was actually quite
Sure.
respectful in a way. And maybe that's meant to be, relatable to people like us. Like he is corrupt presidents, they're just like us, like
Sure.
yeah, if that was, a Trump reference is more flattering than he deserves, in my humble opinion. But yeah, I do think in the end, where it's sort of like, the cowardice, for lack of a better word,
It's
when
pathetic. Yeah.
at the end, yeah, when he's like, I just need a quote. He's like, don't let them kill me. He's like, that'll do.
That's so
Why is that
perfect. That's so like the anticlimax of the movie was perfect, I thought.
Yeah, and I don't know. Yeah, as the developing photo into the credits of them just being like "Boop,"
Happy
over the body,
ending.
I'm like, wow. I mean, did you see Warfare?
Not yet, no. That was
Okay, because
another one
that's
I
like his
missed in the
next.
theater. Yeah.
He's co-directed it, but I saw that one in the theater as well, and like really, really loved it. But it just, I don't know. It's making me think about Alex Garland's journey on his war thoughts, and but it has the similar feeling to it as far as just like what's it all for, and like nobody knows, and it's life and death, but we don't like.
It's life and death for so many people, and it is for him. Like his game was eventually over, and like at some point, I haven't written my new review, but Sammy was talking about when Joel's like, "Oh, like I want to go interview the president." Same as like he'll disappoint you. Like all these guys, when they finally get cornered, they're just men,
Right,
and
right.
he's not going to give you like what you're looking for. And when Joel is there, Joel gets to be the guy to talk to the president in his last moment, and he's just stammering, "Don't let them kill me." He's like, "Okay, got it."
Yeah, no, when the press secretary before that is kind of like extradition, it's like, bitch, we're done past that. Let's get real.
Yeah.
That's not what we're talking about.
That
Like,
almost made me laugh.
it's sort of like, how deluded are you? And I guess that's, part of it. But
That's a great question, Chell.
the disaster porn part of it is something that I was thinking about, because like I was in at this film festival with Vi a couple weeks ago, and we love a movies on a hotel TV. I'm just like, let's go. Whatever's happening up here is something that I probably haven't seen in years, or maybe never seen at all. And like it's called San Andreas, like the Rock.
Oh,
movie.
sure. Yeah.
I'd never seen it, but it was like, it's like the Golden Gate Bridge is getting crashed through with a tanker. And it's like, okay, so this is like sort of a genre that people are into, right? And it's like this.
Yeah,
place,
the 2010s, the disaster stuff was big.
So there's something that appeals to us apparently about like seeing these, places that we know destroyed. And, he's doing that here in a way that I really appreciated, because there is something to like, it's just like deep in the background. You're like, oh, there's New York, bit on fire. Like, it's just
at the very
enough.
beginning, like that sets the tone. Because Nick Offerman's doing his like stupid, like, we've never been more united, da 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 da. And then like you see everything. When it's like, God bless America or whatever like kitschy thing he says, then like either he walks out of frame or something, and then we see literally like bombs going off.
Yeah, no, when she's in the hotel, like in the room, that's the first beat. But then also, I think when they're on the road and they have Jesse, it's sort of like right before they get onto the highway, which is that imagery where you're kind of like, okay, zombie apocalypse movie or whatever. You're like abandoned cars.
Where Jesse takes the photo of Sammy with the destruction like in the background through the car window. Yeah,
that kind of stuff is kind of like really well done, because like you need it, I feel like, to connect people to like the reality of the situation. But to go full San Andreas, like obviously not the vibe.
Sure.
I don't know where I'm going with that, but it's just something I was thinking about, where like there's something that attracts us apparently about seeing this disaster. I mean, like I said before, the appeal to having a purpose at the end of the world is great. But I think why end of the world movies often work is that all of your responsibilities have faded away, and it's just survive, just stay. Yeah. It's like ultimate simplification, right?
Yeah. What kind of person are you going to be? How are you going to treat other people? How are you going to survive? It's very like base core stuff.
animal, like, yeah, like protect your herd or like whatever. And there's something, in our overly complicated sort of world. And to be honest, when I was writing that was part of what I was thinking about, like, because like I said, I saw this movie that year. Great year for movies, by the way. And I was just thinking, like, this is Andy's end of the world, and like, sort of the idea of like deleting all of her things to do, where it's like, oh, that's the freedom of the like.
Man, I don't want to jump ahead, but that was I felt like like my calendar's not quite as full, but when she did that, that feels amazing.
I'm glad it did for you. But yeah, it's like, to me, yeah, there's something so about our overcomplicated world to be simplified. Nobody's praying for the end of the world, but that's going to be the one perk. The one.
Capitalism might be great.
No, take it. No, I love it. Actually, let's convene after this.
Let's do it. Any final thoughts? Any small supporting performances? Any moments? Any bits of dialogue?
It's all so good. I mean, let me just say that I thought the ending was so clean, and I really have an issue with like endings in almost every film. Like, it's like endings are hard, and that's why, right?
They
it's
are.
Like, a lot of films have 5 endings and none of them quite do it. And it's like, like, it's like.
I love my guy. John Carpenter's one of my favorite filmmakers. He'll famously just be like, the action's over, end.
Yes.
Like, I feel like that is something that more modern filmmakers, like, when it stops being interesting, end it. And you don't want to just fade to black all the time, but I watch his movies regularly. And totally. It's just kind of fun sometimes where it's like, all right, it's over.
I respect it so much, like, it's like a Marvel movie. It's like, well, here's a huge battle. And I'm like, okay, we must be done. It's like, one more battle? And they're like, one more battle? Like, good God. Whereas
and
like this
conversation and a couple more jokes and a scene at the credits to get you ready for the next one.
Yeah. Whereas like this, like, there's something about the momentum that is just really relentless. And it's like that scene, as they approach the White House, definitely a huge epic. Like, that was certainly, like, where the majority of the budget went to, one imagines, is like a lot of action there. But then it's not belabored. Like, it's just enough of it. And then we're into the ending. And I don't know, he stuck the landing, and I appreciate that.
Yeah. The slow motion, Jesse capturing the death of the president, fading into the final photograph and credits. It was perfect.
There's something about, I mean,
like, he very well could be alive. Like, I would,
right?
The movie kind of codes it as her dying, but like, I feel like that's more genuinely, that is probably more like, before I even thought about, is she alive? I never had that thought either time I saw it, but it ties back to the, like, she even says, if I got shot, I think maybe if I got killed, I don't remember. But Jesse says, like, if I got shot, like, would you take a photo? And then Lee's like, well, what do you think? And it's like, well, like, this is our job.
Asked and answered. Yeah. And then Wagner Moura's character, like, being like, yeah, this is his partner, like, his, but he's like, she would want us to move forward. I feel like, like, he doesn't even have a second thought to be like, bye. He just like grabs Jesse and he's like, we're going. Because like, that's
like,
what
Jesse takes a second, but in the moment, like, her full, like, the actualization of that coming of age, she goes in and she gets that photo.
She is such a baby, by the way. That was the same year I feel like she played Priscilla, and I'm like, yeah, she was. I buy that she was playing 14 in that movie because she looks like a small child. Like, she's got such a baby face.
Yeah, I have liked her in everything, but she's kind of hard to pin down. Like, some of my other friends on their podcast and in some of our Discords and chat threads, like, we like her a lot, and she's a little sweetie pie, but like, from role to role, I'm like, is that her? Like, I have a hard time like pulling up an image of her in my head because she's still so young and kind of like,
same as Wagner Moura, as we were saying earlier. Maybe, I don't know.
Perhaps, like, I don't know. I do have a little bit of. I feel like I do have a little bit of face blindness with her, but I feel like she's very good.
Yeah, I wonder if it's. Sometimes I feel like my brain
for a long time
will only give me like one file. Like, it's like, Nick Nolte and friggin' what's the dude? Point Break. What's his name? People are yelling.
Keanu? Patrick?
Gary Busey.
Gary Busey.
It's like my brain's like, we've got one. I don't know which one it is. but I
That's
can only
very
give you
funny.
one face for this. And I wonder if there's somebody like that where Kaylee is giving. There's another
Look,
Kaylee
I don't think of
version.
another young brunette gal. And she's been good in a number of things.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a weird little phenomenon that we've some of my friends have talked about lately. I think she's great, and I hope she gets to do cool projects for a long, long time. I know
I'm surprised we haven't
Kirsten
seen her anything right now. I'm like,
Kirsten Dunst. I'm gonna get the story wrong. I don't with the Sofia Coppola connection of Priscilla and
yeah.
Kirsten Dunst longstanding. I don't remember if Kirsten put in a good word for Kaylee with Sofia Coppola or vice versa. I don't remember.
Interesting.
But
Okay.
that relationship
Wait, so
played a part in either Priscilla or Civil War, I believe.
Kayla's going to be in the
which
new
came
Beef.
first.
I see.
Ooh, okay. Still need
That's
to see
cool.
season 1, but I know I will like
Oh,
it.
dude. It's so good. And then, I did see her in Wake Up Dead Man. And
She was very good in that.
But no,
she was
Kirsten
good
Dunst is
in
the G.
Alien Romulus. I feel like that was a very mixed bag, but she was very good.
I agree. She held it down. But like Kirsten Dunst, been the G, like not touching her face, just keeping it 100. And like,
Love
you know,
it.
we love, like she's
And she's
dope.
had some killer stuff. Like I think Power of the Dog is one of, it sucks that it's a Netflix movie. I think that's one of the best movies the 21st century.
She's certainly incredible in it. And
So it's
she
Jesse
doesn't
Plemons.
miss. Hell yeah. Yeah. No, I was just admiring their red carpet appearance at the Oscars. I'm like, these guys, I just feel they get it. I just think they get it.
I think
I'm not
they
pro
do.
celebrity worship, but like those guys seem to get it. Like their choice of roles and their like sort of the way they conduct
vibe.
themselves. Yeah. They're always smoking. I can get behind it, honestly. I love it.
I mean, also The World's Ending. It is kind of cool seeing like analog smoking coming back. Sidebar, kids probably
'em if
don't
you got 'em.
smoke, but like if you're gonna smoke something that came out of the ground and not out of a bottle.
Yeah. No, I did an interview for like about Bi with a Canadian journalist a little bit ago, and that was like his big question. He was like, what's with all the smoking? You don't usually see that in movies anymore. And I was like,
I miss it. It's so cinematic.
I mean, exactly.
And vaping is disgusting.
It just
From
doesn't
my point of view.
It doesn't look cool, that's for sure. And guess what?
Yeah, you look like you're a 13-year-old that's like ingesting like an alien substance.
Yeah, somebody said once they were just like, "Oh, it's like your bottle," and I was like, "Okay, that did it for me. That's on that." I'm never gonna think that's cool.
Like check out this amazing, like this cartoon cloud I'm gonna spit out.
Oh my god, I've seen it coming out of cars before, and I'm like, "Is the car well? Do we need to?"
Yeah.
What's I mean, this was
Not
early
good.
times, I guess. Now I get it, but anyway, the character Ryland in the film is like, in that part of rural Ontario where we shot. Like everybody does smoke. It's the truth. He smokes all the time. And it's like, that's my family's cottage. People smoke inside. Like, I don't know. I come from a family of smokers. Like, so that's part of it. But I thought it was so funny that was like his main, like big question about it. Like, oh, you never know what's going to hit for some people.
Well, since we're here, you want to give the elevator pitch for your new film to folks and tell them where they may be able to catch it?
Sure. Yeah. So Bai is a pitch black comedy about a disgraced tech girl boss who has recently been busted for having defrauded her investors and is on her way to her family's cottage for one last weekend before she kills herself. And it is a comedy. So right now we're on our festival run. We're playing Wisconsin at the end of this month. I'm not sure when this will air, but March 28th. I think we're playing in Beloit, Wisconsin, which I'm really excited about. And we're out to a couple others that we may hear from after that. We're having distribution conversations. I mean, it's a weird time for absolutely everybody. So it feels like, the Wild West.
Do you have a distributor for it yet? Like a VOD or anything?
We're in talks.
Okay, well, maybe let's talk off the air about that too.
Yeah, I really, we made it for people to see it, and that's, I'm not trying to have it really like hidden. I don't want it to be hard to find. I just want people to see it. It's like nobody's like counting on making a ton of money. It's an indie film. Like it's just like I want people to see it. I want people to see Romina and Augustus's performances because I just think, my agent watched it and he was like, "These guys are movie stars." And I'm like, "I know, dog. Like,
Romina,
let's go."
Like from her first scene in I Like Movies, I was like, I found one of my I'm buying all the stock right now.
Yeah,
she's phenomenal.
I told my buddies up in Canada, I'm like, she's Canadian Aubrey Plaza. That's the pitch.
Yes, that is so good. With like a little sweeter, a little softer,
a little less like deadpan vibes. But
that's so good. That's good. Rose should hire you as her publicist.
It's so, the friends do the best work, don't they? But like I think she showed me clips from like the big monologue from I Like Movies.
Man.
Because she was like, looking for an opinion as she was putting some clips together. And I was like, it wasn't out yet. And I was like, what the hell is this? And like, why is this the best thing I've ever seen? Like,
and I'm pretty sure when we chatted, I need to go back and listen to our conversation. I think she did that take one because they were just going.
It wouldn't surprise me. No, thank fucking God. She literally, like I said, that's when
She's
I met her under duress, under the conditions of TV production. And it's like when we did You're My Best Friend, it was
So
basically
funny.
her carrying everyone.
So funny.
Oh,
She's so good in it.
She's so funny.
And I feel like both You're My Best Friend and Bye, like I go to festivals as often as I can as somebody who's still part-time in the film world. And I feel like those would both crush with a festival audience.
One would hope, man. I mean, we got to play at SIF in this like animals block or like whatever. It was so funny because this man who made a great doc about chickens that played in their block, he was coming in to another screening later, and I was sitting with my buddy Carlos, who's like basically the mayor of Seattle, and I was like, "Oh, the Chicken Man," and then I was like, "Wait, that makes me the Roach Girl." Oh, damn! Like, is that what people are saying about me? But funny. Anyway, there's a talking roach in that movie. But no, I knew she could hang, obviously, because that's how we did You're My Best Friend. Like there was no hair and makeup, like we did the wardrobe together, and that like I chose it and she dressed herself, and she basically carries every scene. So that knowing that I wanted to do this like micro budget feature, which by, nature of its design is going to have like very few people in it. I was like, okay,
I'll tell you, I watch indies all the time. You could tell like it didn't have a crazy budget, but I did not walk away going, oh, that looked like a low budget movie. Like you guys really, all the set people, the cinematographer, everything was framed and decorated. Yeah. Like, it didn't look like it had $1 billion, but it didn't look like, man, they're really stringing this together. Like it looked like a real movie.
I appreciate that. Yeah, no, we tried. Allie Thompson, our production designer, killed it, and it's like, yeah, the devil's in the details with the smaller the film, and I feel like that's kind of where we were coming at it from. Like that location, I wrote it for that location, which I think ultimately does help as well.
More movies should be done that way. See what you have, and then write to that.
Exactly. I mean, it's kind of the only way in that I could see it, but for Ramina to carry, like, I don't know, there's one scene where she's playing alternate versions of herself kind of. And like that night was like our second to last night of shooting, another, our second overnight in a row of 3. And she's like, crying in one, and then like Andy Kaufman fucking balls to the wall in the other. And it was like watch her do those back to back. I was like, this is so crazy. Like your fave could never, like, this is just too much, she's the best. And, yeah, and Augustus too, obviously, honestly, like I think
he was wonderful.
Their chemistry really carried it. And that's another big thing with indie films. It's like if the performance doesn't work, like you're toast, you're DOA. And like the cast could feel that the crew rather, as we were making it, where it's kind of like, you never know when you sign up to do something if it's going to be good or go anywhere. And it's exciting while you're making it. If like after every take we'd be like, oh fuck, these guys are actually really good. Like this might not suck, like that was good vibes for the crew to have, I think.
Yeah, no, I thank you for, I got to be one of the early screeners. Ro talked you into sending me a link, and I had a really good, I love a tonally brave movie. And I honestly think a lot of audiences do. Like I'm in a lot of genre spaces. Like I am like, I love the world cinema and the Criterions and the Radiances and hidden gems of high cinema from all over the world. But I love what's going on in like indie genre movies. And I thought that this was a wonderful calling card. I hope a lot of people do get to see it.
I appreciate that, dude. Thank you for your kind review and for your support of the film. It was certainly, we all know that like any movie is a miracle, even a bad one. It's like absolute miracle. And when people who know me watch it and they say that it feels like me, and I guess that's kind of what I'm going for, like I don't want it to look like anybody else could have made it or feel like that. So in that way, it feels like a success. And it's hard to know. Honestly, the confusion of the genre has been an interesting thing. I feel like people don't really know where to place it. They're like, what is it exactly? And I'm like, well, I guess, I don't know.
Yeah, no, dark comedy. Like it is funny. Yeah, I'd say dark comedy. We need more comedies. We need more comedies.
Yeah, that we had a lovely programmer at SF Indie, Celeste, who was kind of like, comedies are really hard to program and we don't see a lot that we like. And so that was kind of her appreciation for it. But then I feel like, I play it for other people and they like don't see it as a comedy. It's amazing to see all the different like reactions to it. And oftentimes I do think that has to do with the people themselves more,
No,
like it's like,
absolutely. And I get why uh, a disgraced, like one, I could get people maybe having trouble sympathizing with a tech bro lady who's defrauded people, and they're like, this is gonna be the character I follow, but she's so good at it. Or like a comedy about suicide, like I get it. I'm not gonna say everybody has to watch it, but no, I thought it was written sensitively and cleverly, and the Roe and the other guy was phenomenal.
I appreciate that. I certainly tried. I'm not the kind of artist who is like endeavoring to upset people. I know that that is some people's like way, and that's fine, but that's
It's
not really me. I
fine.
like,
John Waters has got 2 more in the Criterion this month.
I mean, and yeah, exactly. He's shock, that's his jam, and I love that. But like to me, I I I come from an honest place about my thoughts on the whole matter, and I try to insert, my various opinions on the whole spectrum you could feel about it throughout the film. So that's been hitting. We didn't know going into it what people would feel about that, and we still don't, I guess, obviously, But yeah, to your point, the unlikable female protagonist is like, I don't know. In the year of our Lord 2026, I didn't think that would be holding us back, but it might
No,
be.
no, no, not even female, just like tech bros are ruining all of our lives, like having a tech person be the center of it, but she brought the humanity.
I think so too, and I do think that that's something that a lot of actors. She said this as well, where it's like they want meaty characters, like they
Yeah.
want. That's what an actor wants, is to like really dig in, and there's like some nuance there, and like you're not just, black and white, good evil. Like that's not how any of us connect to real life.
Well, love it. Go check out Buy It if it's playing at a festival near you, or whenever the deals will get done. You may find it on like Tubi or something.
Hey,
Um,
here's open.
I am looking forward to more people seeing that. Chell, other than Civil War, have you watched anything in your own film? Have you watched anything lately that you really liked and want to recommend other people go check out?
Oh gosh, movies wise, what have I been watching? I've been on like a pretty solid like erotic 90s kick.
Okay.
What is it called? This like Rob Lowe movie. They all blend together is the funny part. James Lipton. He's in like most of them, right? No, James
Spader.
yes. There's a Rob Lowe, James Spader one that I saw recently that was
Rob
crazy. A Bad
Lowe.
Influence.
Oh, okay. I feel like that
Bonkers.
got a release from somebody.
It's absolutely out of control. And Body Double as well. I've seen pretty recently, but I don't know. I've been watching The Pitt a lot. I'm just like, they call it competency porn, and I'm about it. I'm just like, oh man, some people are good at their jobs and know what they're doing. And we love to see it. It's so nice. It's so refreshing, and rare feeling. So
That's what I need to catch up with. I missed the first season when it aired, and then I'm like, do I want to like mainline and just a binge something that intense?
I mean, you might. I do think, as opposed to some other shows, it holds up for a binge.
It looks like it's got. I mean, it's HBO. It's Noah Wiley. Like it looks like it's great storytelling.
Oh, it's legit.
I think
But
the
like,
last thing that I watched week to week was The Chair Company, and that was a very easy, simple watch.
I
But
didn't watch that, but I want to.
it's insane. If you like, it's for Tim Robinson fans. If you're not, I would not recommend it. But it's
Detroit's
so
finest.
fun and crazy.
Yeah,
I'm so angry. I'm so angry, that show. Oh yeah, do you know him at all?
no, but I mean, like I hope
God,
to.
what a
No,
good show. What a good
I did start
show.
watching the Detroiters when I moved here, just to be like, just getting the lay of the land, But
Detroiters was the greatest.
I've been watching some industry lately as well, and
I hear that that's very good.
it is super good. It's one that I think, as opposed compared to The Pit, it's not as good in a full binge mode. Some of these ones like a Succession. I was having this conversation with a friend of mine the other day. It's like some of the beats tend to feel like a little overwrought when you're watching them wall to wall. It's like not how you're meant to look at it. You know what I mean? Whereas like The
Most
Pit,
have
all
a
takes
week and be like, what's happening? But The Pit, yeah, okay. All right, maybe you talk me in. Once I have so many movies I need to watch, but once I catch up on all that, maybe I'll prioritize The Pit.
Yeah, I think I really wanted to see Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie, Have not yet.
Looks so good. I haven't seen it yet either.
The Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. I mean, I'm a Sam Rockwell
He's so
big
good.
fan.
He's
I'll
so
go
good.
anywhere he leads. Yeah. So I've had that on my list to be like, can I try to figure that out this week? I'll see Project Hail Mary. Honestly, like
I'm seeing that tomorrow night.
Yeah, that's where we're at in current mode. But yeah, I can't. I feel like I miss things all the time. You know what I saw last year that I loved was Twinless. Twinless was.
Somebody else shouted that. I forget which guest, but a guest recently put that back on my radar and
can wreck heavily.
Probably on HBO. I need to check that out. I started and I liked it and I haven't finished because it's so easy to do that with TV. Ethan Hawke's PI show on FX was very good, and it's right on the Lowdown or the Lockdown.
Yeah.
It's very good, very fun. I love a detective story.
It's a
and
classic.
Like the neo-noir, like the detective in modern times is easy to do poorly, and I thought that show did it very well, and I just need to finish it. I like it quite a bit.
I have a couple friends involved in that show, and I'm very happy for them because it seems to be doing so well.
Just saw it got renewed. I'm very excited.
We love when the good shit gets to keep going. I mean, I did see him in Blue Moon. I saw that pretty recently. I'm before my DGA screeners went away. I was like under the gun to get that one in there, and it was really he's really incredible in that. Definitely, like he's doing the work. I'm happy Michael B. Jordan won the Oscar, but I think it was a stacked category.
It really was this year.
Yeah. It's amazing. It's sometimes when they get it kind of right, it's like, all right, hell yeah, brother. Give me a little face.
Wagner Moore again. I got to see The Secret Agent.
Yes. He's incredible too. I'll go anywhere he leads. I hope someday I get to work with him because
hey, put it out there in the universe.
Let's go.
Well, Chell, it was great talking with you. Rose said, like, you guys will love each other. Like, you guys have very good matching energies. And I was like, I feel like I kind of get that from her online presence. Oh, yeah. The very alive Chell Stephen. I was going to mention that at the beginning. So glad that you're still here with us on this mortal coil. I just saw your Instagram, the debrief of your IRS or whatever.
They told me they canceled my health insurance because I was dead. And I was like, but I'm not. And then I was like, is this my chance? Do I go off the grid? Do I just like, boop, like we did it? And
actually,
then
just kidding. Yes, I'm dead. Give me no more bills, please.
Exactly. And we never heard from her again. But no, I did correct them.
Start directing under like a pseudonym.
You know, I mean, maybe I'm doing that now anyway. We don't know. But writing the letter that said, to the best of my knowledge, I am not deceased, was a highlight of my month. Not something I saw coming. We love to be surprised with the world. So in that way, other surprises, not as much.
True. Well, it was really wonderful having you on, and
thanks for having me.
Look forward to whatever you got coming down the pipeline in the future.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate you. Thanks for having me on, and thanks for making a cool show. It's fun to talk about movies. I think it's a pure joy, and we can have it, hopefully.
So there you have it. Civil War with one of my new friends, Chell Stephen. I hope you guys enjoyed that. It's a really good movie. It's a shame that we are in the state we are in, and I have really appreciated, and I know a lot of you have as well. I've seen comments, I've seen letterbox logs, the art that is coming out. I really appreciate the people who are pushing back, standing up. Like, times like these can't help make good art. Okay, physical media corner. I've got several, so I'm going to do it a little bit of rapid fire here. Okay, first one. This was sent to us from the folks over at Cult Epics. This is two different titles on the spine and on the cover. Gorgeous cover, painted by the late Tony Stella. Rest in peace. Very, very sad with the physical media and film community to hear about his passing, but gorgeous, gorgeous cover. This is Don't Play with Fire or Dangerous Encounters of the First Kind. It's a film that came out 1980 from Sue Hark. This film is bleak. Based on the title and the gorgeous Tony Stella poster, I was expecting something much more action-packed, something much more like we're living in the boom of like amazing Hong Kong and various other Asian action films getting re-released, restoration. So I was expecting something more like that. This sucker is bleak. there's there's a lot of violence in this movie, and it starts off, trigger warning for folks, with some real animal violence, and I'm pretty sure there was a handful of real animals whose lives were given for this movie, which is a bummer, and it's not fun to watch. But the film itself, very briefly, it's about these kids without any direction. They feel like they don't have any prospects or purpose. They're messing around, getting into trouble, and this young woman catches them and kind of ropes them into a little gang, blackmailing them like, oh, like, I'm going to tell on you unless you join my squad. And like, things just keep escalating and escalating and escalating, and it's quite a climax. Not a feel-good movie, but a really excellent movie. The performances are wonderful. It's shot wonderfully, and one of the reasons I was very excited about this particular release is friend of the show, Brandon Strasning, has a commentary track on this. I haven't got to listen to it yet because I watched the movie, but Brandon and Frankie Balboa have a wonderful commentary track on it. I started listening to it, need to finish it, but really excellent addition. If you like bleak cinema, this is a wonderful movie. If don't turn it on if you're having a terrible day in this, or maybe it's cathartic, but this was a wonderful film. Highly recommend taking a look at it, and there'll be links in the show notes if you like. Next up, was so excited to get a review copy of the set. Thank you to MVD. We were sent the discs from the Arrow Videos Jackie Chan's Breakout Hit set. And let me tell you, if you know me personally, if you followed the show for a while, I love Jackie Chan. I love the martial arts action comedies. I love the old kung fu movies, but I love the action comedy. And this set is filled with some of the best. Two of my favorites from my childhood VHS days were on the set, and the one that I watched first was Who Am I?, which I know it had, I don't know if it was a Eureka or Masters of Cinema. I feel like there was a Region B Blu-ray a little while ago that went for a while, then went out of print, was hard to get anyway, but now it's out, gorgeous 4K. Loved rewatching it. I even roped my wife in for like the last 20-30 minutes, which just goes nuts. So love this movie. Who am I? The premise is silly. Jackie Chan gets amnesia. He's a soldier going after this new war technology that really doesn't matter very much. A lot of incredible action set pieces, again, done so practically. There's some great outtakes of him actually doing these things. There are some very dated special effects with the military technology, but that is nowhere even close to what's most important about this movie. And the whole set, incredible stuff. I popped in several of the discs to watch some of the special features. They did this fun thing on the whole set where each disc had a portion of this documentary, so I watched several of those, and it's a incredible set. It may be price prohibitive for people who are just browsing and curious, but if you're a collector, you wait for the sales. This is an incredible set. And the actual final set with like the box and everything, it just looks gorgeous and incredible. So if you're able to grab that, absolutely take a look at it. Last two that I actually watched, there was one Radiance pick that I even picked it because it was short, but it was kind of late. I fell asleep. That'll be on a future Physical Media Corner segment. But the last two, also both Arrow. Wake and Fright, I finally saw. I watched the 4K of Wake and Fright. This thing also, not exactly what I expect, like similar, but this was another bleak one. This is a 1971 film from the director of First Blood and Weekend at Bernie's. I did not know that this was the same director, but it's I feel like it's overused, the term fever dream, but this is very much that. Actually, this is one of those, well, actually, it's a Christmas movie. It's this teacher on his Christmas holiday, has some travel issues, gets stuck in this little Australian outback town, and things just get gnarly. I thought it was more like visceral and violent, kind of like an Australian Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's not that at all, but it very much has those vibes of like sweaty, hot depravity. Wild movie. Also, some animal violence that I'm sure people might want to skip or just be aware of going into. But Really wonderful film, powerful performances from everybody. And it's one of those like bad times that I would absolutely watch again. Like I really love this movie. I would love to see it in a theater one day. But the disc looked great. There's some excellent special features on it. If this is a movie you like and haven't seen in a long time, or if you were curious about it and you think based on what you've heard or letterbox logs or critics you follow, if you think you might like this movie, this is the Arrow 4K of Wake and Fright is absolutely an addition to pick up. The last one, this is a weird one. This was sent to us a little while ago and I just hadn't got to it yet, but I watched this recently. It's a movie called GI Samurai, and I thought it was a much newer movie than it was actually. This came out in the 70s. This was 70s, 1979. But this is it's a Sonny Chiba starring action movie, time travel war movie. So GI Samurai, the name kind of says it. You got modern day for the time, Japanese self-defense force guys, I think they were called. They go through time to the warring states era in Japan, and they get embroiled in all these things. So my first thought was, this is kind of a weird movie. But then again, it's put out by Toho, and the vast majority of things that I've seen from Toho, or what I first think of when I think of Toho movies, are basically movies about an irradiated lizard doing WWE action with like metaphors for the evils of humanity and ecological and societal issues. So I'm like, okay, this is fun. Like Toho does a lot of sci-fi stuff. GI Samurai, the movie itself, super interesting to watch. I did ultimately like it, but I also I know there's two different. I watched the longer cut, and maybe the shorter cut would have been better, perhaps. I don't know, because it's like, what's the main thing? Is the main thing them trying to get out of their time? Is the main thing trying not to get involved in the historical skirmishes that they find themselves in, like being there, having to survive, but not trying to like change history? There's inter-team drama where there's one guy who's very clear from the very beginning is going to be a problem, ends up leading a rebellion, but that gets kind of taken care of with like an hour left in the movie. The pacing was just kind of odd for me, but it was still, special effects were amazing. It was interesting and engaging. So I would say absolutely worth a watch. If you think you might like it, pick it up, rent it, get it from the library. I don't know if it'll be playing on Tubi sometime. Definitely interesting, worth a watch. Like kind of a fascinating movie, but it's 2 hour plus, like 2 hours. Is it? Yeah, 2 hour and 20 minutes is the director's cut, and it's a lot, and I feel like it could have been tighter. Time travel movies are just kind of tough to do narratively, I think, and I won't say that the time travel was like, oh man, crazy time travel masterpiece, but cool action movie. Like a lot of it's practical. It's cool and fun to watch, but I did find the story itself to be a little peculiar. It was definitely a fun watch, and I would absolutely watch it again with others or maybe myself one day. Like I would definitely pop this back in one day if I had a lazy weekend. Like I feel like I'm sounding more negative than I am on the movie, and that's not the case. So anyway, GI Samurai. And then the other very brief shout out, I popped in the Radiance disc solo, looked great, killer, fast pace opening, and then I think I fell asleep 20 minutes into it. I picked it because it was like 82 or 83 minutes, and I didn't make it past like minute 25, I don't think. So need to finish that. That'll be on a future physical media roundup. Okay, Road to 200, we are here. Next episode will be our 200th, and I don't know if we've announced what that is yet. It's been something that I've been thinking about for a long time. What we're going to do, settle down something fun that I think you all will like. So hopefully before too long, that will be in all your feeds. Like we said at the top, follow, subscribe, whatever on your platforms to the show to get alerts when that happens. And if you have thoughts, feedback, suggestions, you can send that to us at thesubstancepod@gmail.com. If you're still listening and you want to get at the show, send us a voice note. Haven't had one of those in a little while. Or If you are watching along on Letterboxd, tag your reviews, Substantive Cinema, Substantive Space Cinema, and we will interact with your reviews on the show. This week, I wanted to highlight our guy, Justin. He's one of the faithful out there, tagging a lot of his reviews, Substantive Cinema. He recently watched Resurrection, the 2025 film from Bygone. Justin says, there's truly not a dull shot in this entire movie. Cinematography and production design are unmatched. The most visually creative film I've seen in years. He gave that 4 stars. I know a lot of folks been talking about this movie. I want to see it. It's on the Criterion channel right now. It's also on the Criterion, like the Janus Blu-ray, so it's even less expensive. There's a 50% off on Barnes & Noble that you can get. I'm also looking at Brandon Strassnig, previously mentioned, 5 stars. And he did an interview with the director. Sounds excellent. Also say all of Chell's information will be in the show notes, but if you're able, if you're in the area and able, the Woods Hole Film Festival soon will be showing by. It is currently slated for screenings on Thursday, July 30th at the Woods Hole Film Festival. So if you are in the area, did I say where that is? So that is in Woods Hole, Massachusetts. So if you're in the area and you have the evening free on Thursday, go check out By. All right, so until episode 200, I've been your host, Philip Marinello, saying thanks for joining us, and we will see you next time on The Substance.